POV. You've just received a VR headset for Christmas. Your first thought? I want to hurt my family. Well, lucky for you, I have just the thing. Welcome to Gorilla Tag, a competitive tag-based game that's free on the MetaQuest store. I'm going to be covering everything from running to wall climbing, and there are tips in this video that are going to make you way better, way faster. Sponsored by Virtual Athletics League. VMT is going to be joining me today. Give me a little spin real quick. So first off, I suggest finding a good play space. Just measure it by sticking your arms out. If you can, then you're good. Do not play without a mat. This is like J-Man Curly 101. You can feel with your feet where you're standing and you don't have to deal with some stupid guardian boundary getting in your face. Alright, if you want to cover good distance, you have to learn how to move properly. You may think that you need to bounce opposite of the surface you're on in order to get away from it, but that's not going to help you at all. Notice how I'm only going up? It's just going to launch you up and you're not going to get anywhere. Well, Haven, what should they do? In order to move really quickly, you have to move parallel to the surface you're on. And this goes for any surface in the game. Move along the surface. Push with the surface. With parallel. Once you start pushing down against it, look, you only start bouncing upwards. Next tip, wall bouncing is something you're definitely going to want to get used to because you're going to be using it when you least expect it. Alright, these are the planks. What you got to do is bounce left and right. Left and right. Essentially, you're bouncing left and right between two different surfaces, and if you're new, it's a lot harder than it looks. Now, the trick is to keep your place in a straight line upwards. What you're going to find yourself doing is moving forward, and then you fly off of the surface. This is also a great way to get up to the tree if you're a new player. Next, pinch climbing is something you have to learn if you want to be good. And it's actually a lot easier than it looks. Pinch climbing is definitely something you're going to want to know. As you can see, Haven is grabbing both sides of the surface with his hands and pulling down. So grab with both hands, pull down and let go. You're going to repeat and fling yourself upwards. This is definitely going to be tiring as a new player, but you can do this on any surface that you can basically put your arms around, including this one. And then you can hit back, juke, there's a lot of things you can do with this. Next, wall climbing and running is essential. It took me like 4 days to learn, but if you do this one trick, it might take you a lot faster. It's a bit tough with this update here, but this is the best place to start in this corner here. The number one tip I have is to pretend like you're skiing, or that you're Frozone from The Incredibles. Think like you're Frozone. You gotta move left and right along the surface of the wall, and take your time. Your hand sticks for half a second to every surface in this game. So if you utilize that, you can kind of hang on the wall, move left and right. Don't be afraid to move your body along as well. And then once you get the hang of it, you start to get really fast, and then you can do it with one hand. As long as you're moving parallel to the surface. See how my hand is moving directly down with the wall, not against it? Your hand does stick, so take your time, be patient, and practice. Alright, next one. Juking is a term you're going to hear a lot in-game. It's when you break a player's ankles, or, wrists, and absolutely embarrass them. Alright, so jukes can be pretty simple, and they can be pretty complicated too. Haven, if you could do me a favor and chase me. Make quick movements in opposite directions in order to confuse the gorillas chasing you. I will showcase a really easy one you can do. Alright, so let's say this is a tag monkey, he's ugly as f, but he's chasing me, oh my god, hit the ground and bounce. Boom. Ankles broken, dignity smashed, family gone, wife divorced, money. Juking can apply to any surface in the game. Let's say I'm getting chased up this tree, I can bounce right off of it. Remember to utilize the entire environment when you're juking. Wait. You didn't think all this was free, right? Hit the subscribe button if you want to live. I'm talking about you, Riley. You too, Owen. I'll find you. Now for the treehouse, this is pretty daunting as a new player. Now this next tip is going to be a bit confusing, but it was not easy for me when I was starting. But if you want to practice, go step by step exactly like this. For general practice, start going up the treehouse step by step. The skills you learn from this apply to everything else in the game. Sooner or later, you're not going to need the stairs anymore. You're just going to be able to scale it up really quick, but practice makes perfect. Next, if you want to be a monkey, you got to learn how to branch. Branching is when you connect a series of jumps in between trees in order to completely confuse the people chasing you. Mainly because you have that height, but also there's a ton of branches, so there's a lot of options of where you can go. You can scale trees super fast once you get the hang of it, and you can make really big jumps in between trees, making you impossible to catch. Now, there's a handful of jukes that I personally like to do. They're a bit complicated, but once you get a hang of the game, they're not hard at all. One of them is the slide juke. What you do is you run up to the slide as someone's chasing you, you make the jump, let your hand pass through the slide, and then you make a big swing around. As they're chasing you, they lose you completely. Oh no, someone's chasing me. I gotta go. Boink. That easy. The next thing I do, which you need to know pinch climbing for, is the spin juke. Basically, you make the jump onto here, grab on, but as you grab on, you spin in real life and fling yourself in another direction. Oh no, he's chasing me. I gotta go. Boink. Alright, this is another one of my personal favorites. Let's say this monkey's chasing me. I'm running right at the edge of a branch. What you want to do is let your hand hang down, spin in real life, and swing in the other direction completely. This is insane if you can pull it off. Nobody can tag you if you do it. Woo! Eat it! And now, the number one rule that I'm gonna personally make you do. You have to be nice to other players. have fun, trash talk, be a total dweeb, but remember, there's other people on here. I'm personally asking you to please not be toxic and to make sure everybody's having a good time. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. Go have fun. I'm gonna kill